In this video, you will learn exactly what an NFT is because honestly, we were looking them up and they're really confusing. You're going to learn exactly what they are, why they're valuable, and what the buying process looks like because those were our biggest questions. So a non-fungible token, also known as an NFT, is a type of digital token or asset. A common analogy is to think of these as digital trading cards or digital paintings. Whenever you buy an NFT, you're just buying the rights to that specific asset. Now, non-fungible means that it can't be changed whenever it is created. You can't split it up, and it must be distinguishable from something else like a Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is the exact same as another Bitcoin. Well, with NFTs, they're never the same. They're always different. And also, a token is just a small piece of data that you own. Together with an NFT is a token that you own. That doesn't change throughout time. We'll get to that in a second. Welcome to the Crypto Sharks, the #1 channel for all things crypto. We use stories and analogies to help you simply understand complex topics. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so that we can keep helping you learn and make money. So that's the basics. But when it comes down to the technical, what exactly is an NFT? Well, NFTs are actually just a piece of data that's owned by an address, and whoever has the password to that address owns that piece of data. And this piece of data that can be bought and sold to different addresses. And that data is verified on a blockchain, and you can actually check the owner history, and it's always trackable with an NFT. For example, this crypto kitty that's sold for $600,000 is essentially just a small URL that's owned by an address. The only thing that a person owns is a tiny piece of data. That piece of data points to a server somewhere that usually hosts an image. And technically, whoever owns that server could change that image. And it's important to know what you're actually buying. When you buy an NFT, you're buying a piece of data that points to a server that hosts either an image or a GIF. A GIF. You should know that the server could change or that the image and GIF could change. It's actually the specific piece of data that you actually own on the blockchain, not the access to the server and not the image or the GIF, but rather the tiny piece of data that points to the server. So in a sense, when you buy an NFT, you're buying a small piece of data that actually represents something larger, kind of like buying a stock. You're not buying the entire company, and unless it's a dividend stock, you're not actually getting anything from it. So this brings us to the question, why would you want to buy an NFT? And there are many reasons, but right now, the main reason most people are buying is that they see NFTs as collectibles in the investment category. So let's go over 4 main things that make an NFT valuable. Number 1. First, so just like Bitcoin is so popular because it was the first cryptocurrency, the first NFTs of specific creators of businesses that will also have value. For example, baseball cards are quickly gaining popularity, and the most expensive cards are those that were produced in the first edition. So let's say if you have the first United States NFT, it will likely have some perceived value. The second thing that makes an NFT valuable is its utility, which is, in other words, it is the real-world benefit. So imagine if Michael Jackson was still alive and he sold 50 NFTs. Now, by owning one of them, you could have a lifetime access to any of the shows that he participated in. Now, these NFTs would quickly become popular and very expensive due to their real-world benefits. Personally, this is the only reason I would buy an NFT if it had a real-world benefit. And I think in the future, almost all NFTs will evolve to have this sort of aspect. Creators will sell NFTs for income and in return have a membership community to do a monthly lunch meeting or something in that fashion. The third thing that makes an NFT valuable is if it's unique or rare. So for example, think of the Mona Lisa. Anyone can have a copy of the Mona Lisa in the room, but only one person or a museum, in this case, can hang up the real painting by Leonardo da Vinci for everyone to view. Now, the same goes for the original Constitution of the United States or a Kobe Bryant signed basketball. They're rare. Imagine if Elon Musk only minted 3 NFTs, they would be very valuable because they're the only 3 originals, even if they're just pictures of the universe. Other people could have that picture, but they wouldn't have the original one minted by Stephen Hawking. The last thing that I found that makes an NFT valuable is ownership history. So for example, what's your favorite celebrity? Mine personally is Brad Pitt. So let's say he decides to sell his leather jacket and buy a new one. Well, when he first bought that leather jacket, maybe he paid $200 for it, and I have paid $800 just to have the same jacket that Brad Pitt wore. Now the same goes for NFTs. Someone might be willing to pay millions of dollars for an image of a duck that Barack Obama owned at one point. So keeping these in mind, you should think about what actually makes an NFT valuable. If an NFT is the first of its kind, if it has real-world benefit, and if it is rare, and if someone important owned it. These are questions to ask yourself during the valuation of an NFT. For example, does buying Jack Dorsey's first tweet for $2.5 million fit any of these? Let's go down the list. Is it a first? Yes, it actually is the first NFT in that category. Second, does it have utility? It does not. You don't get to change the tweet, and you don't get to advertise your business or something like that. Third, is it unique? Yes, it is unique. Lastly, what about the ownership history? Well, this is actually a no. Yes, it is Jack Dorsey, his first tweet, but nobody famous has actually owned that specific NFT yet. To fit this category, for example, maybe it was my tweet and then PewDiePie owned it. Then the answer would be yes. But in this example, it only checks 2 boxes. So if you buy his first tweet, you're basically betting that someone else in the future will want to buy it for a higher price, because holding that NFT does absolutely nothing for you. There's no utility. You're buying it as a novelty or as an investment. Unless one day Jack Dorsey says whoever holds that NFT, he can have lunch with him once a month, and then the value would skyrocket. Moving on, I'd like to tell you the 11 most valuable NFTs. Now this might get a little rambly, and you might skip ahead if you don't want to listen to them. Number 1, CryptoPunk is 6965 on February 19th, 2021. It sold for 800 Ethereum. Next we have CryptoPunk 4156, which sold for 650 Ethereum on February 18th, 2021. Third, we have CryptoPunk 2890, which sold for 605 Ethereum on January 24th, 2021. Then we have the famous Dragon CryptoKitty, which sold for 600 Ethereum. CryptoPunk 6487, which sold for 550 Ethereum. And next up, we have some land in Decentraland world, around 12,600 square meters, that sold for 515 Ethereum. Next, we have something called Hashmask 9939, which sold for 420 Ethereum. This really interesting car concept, the F1 Delta Time, actually sold for 415 Ethereum. Another CryptoPunk sold for 400 Ethereum. And an actual lot of land in the Decentraland world is sold for 345 Ethereum. And the famous Neon Cat sold for 300 Ethereum on February 19th, 2021. So another important question to ask about NFTs is, can someone copy your NFT? Well, technically yes, someone can copy an NFT just like any other piece of artwork. But the original NFT address can be traced back to the original creator, since all NFTs have a log of their transaction history. It's also important to note someone could create a new NFT that points to the exact same hosting address that the original NFT does, or they could point it to a different address that is the same image or GIF. The value in an NFT is not the image. It's the specific piece of data. Just like I could make a free throw at my local YMCA and LeBron James could toss one in while 30,000 people are watching. Even though they're basically the same thing. One has way more value based on what other people think of it. I may be doing the exact same thing LeBron is doing, but people value his free throw away more than mine. Another question you might have moved into the NFT space is, how do you buy an NFT? Because purchasing an NFT is actually quite simple, and it's probably the same difficulty as purchasing a stock of a company. Now you should know most NFTs are sold on marketplaces kind of like eBay, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace, but that specialize in NFTs. One thing that might be a drawback of buying NFTs is that they are usually purchased with Ethereum. So you likely need to own some actual Ethereum before you purchase a CryptoKitty or an NBA Top Shot. Buying cryptocurrency and trading it to a wallet that you can buy an NFT usually takes some kind of technical skill on transferring crypto, because if you do it incorrectly, you could lose all of your money in the transaction. And here are the 4 most commonly used NFT exchanges that allow you to buy and sell NFTs. app.rarible.com, niftygateway.com, OpenSea.io, and SuperRare.co. So whenever you go to buy an NFT, the first step is to create an account on that specific website. Step number 2 is that you'll either have to buy crypto on another exchange and then transfer it to the wallet on the exchange. You should know NFT wallets are very similar to any other cryptocurrency wallet. They usually have a public and private key, and for those wanting the technicals, most are based on the ERC-721 protocol, but I promised that I would not get too technical in this video. And then lastly, you can actually bid like an auction and pay for whatever NFT that you're attempting to buy. And if you win that NFT, it'll get added to your account and then stored in your wallet. This brings us to the next question. Where do you store your NFT? Because now that you purchased your NFT, you're probably wondering, where the heck you store it? Well, you store it in a wallet. You'll have to make sure that it's safe and accessible to show your friends and other people what you've recently purchased. The best way to store your NFT is on a hardware wallet, something along the lines of a Ledger Nano, where it can be offline and protected. But if you're wanting to keep it online, here are some other applications that host wallets for you. MetaMask.io, TrustWallet.com, Engine.io. If we were to go any further in this process, it would probably take quite a bit of technical knowledge. So I'm sorry to say that this is where the video ends. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope it clears up some confusion. Also, before you go, just hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing crypto videos. This has been the Crypto Sharks. Thank you so much for watching.